Welcome back, beautiful. Welcome into another episode of my light bulb moment. In this video, we are talking about purpose. What is your true purpose? And if you don't know what yours is, or if you're feeling lost in your mission, then please listen to this video until the very end. By the time we are done, you will look at your life in a whole different way, and you will find the pieces that were missing in your life, and especially the answer to your question, what your purpose is. If you feel the pressure of discovering who you are, what is your mission, or what truly makes you happy, I totally understand. We see the internet full of people achieving, creating, and chasing their dreams with such a passion. And you might find yourself just dumb scrolling and wishing you felt that way. But you have no idea where to start because you don't know who you are yet, or you don't know what's your purpose, where you should go, what you should do. And many of you maybe won't agree what I'm going to say in this video, or maybe it won't be so excited what I'm going to say, but I'm encouraging you to have your mind open and listen till the end, because I felt the same way. I felt so much pressure from society, my parents, or even my friends, that I was trying to prove something, that feeling that you have to have your life figured out. At the best would be by the age of 30. Otherwise, you are nobody or you have nothing. And I want you to know that this is some of the ugliest programming we receive from society. This idea that we must constantly chase the next goal, constantly becoming someone just to be validated, just to be approved of, or to feel like we have a value based on what we do in life. And I'm talking about tangible results. The system teaches us to go to school, get good grades, find a job, marry the best person, have a family, and get a promotion, and so on and on, just seek stability and some kind of achievements that society will be happy with. And I'm not saying that there is anything wrong with that. When you look at the big picture, it seems nice, peaceful, and stable. And some of you may really want a life like that. But then we have other people that comes one day and they realize you hate your job because you've been there for 20 years, or you keep jumping from a job to job because nothing fulfills you. What I'm trying to say is that we are set up to go and get, so everybody around us is happy, because we were taught that without the external validation, we are not good enough. Then you wake up one day wondering, what am I doing with my life? What is my purpose? What is a purpose of all of this? And I want to share, as a numerologist, I see this in my clients too. It doesn't matter, astrology, numerology, people come to these readings because they want to know what is their purpose and talents so they can pick a right career. And this is where it all fails, because purpose is not something you get or discover out there. Your purpose is here with you every day, communicating with you all day long. And we think purpose is an external accomplishment, a career, a partner, a child, a home. But if you don't have a specific goal, then are you a purposeless? If you don't have everything that society requires you to have, that means you don't have a purpose? No. The purpose is something much deeper. It is a spiritual journey. It is something your soul came here to transform, something you need to learn. It is a learning how to handle yourself. This is a very deep concept and it goes very into deep spirituality, but I'm going to try to at least give you a little glimpse so you can leave feeling like you know what you're supposed to do in this life, or at least knowing what you should do, and you do whatever you want with this knowledge. But first, I want you to notice how easily we criticize others. Isn't it a coincidence that we see what is wrong with others more clearly than what is happening within ourselves? We were raised to judge and find fault in others, to blame, to criticize. Part of our purpose is learning how to look within, finding where we need to grow and embrace our fears. Because what we do normally, we put all our attention on external world, on external people, and we blame and we criticize and we victimize. Then we totally forget about ourselves. And the whole point of your purpose is to be yourself and to connect with yourself. Secondly, we have to work with our reactivity. When we think everything is happening to us from the outside, our attention is again on the world, not on ourselves. Your purpose is to turn that attention inward and learn to master your behavior and your reaction. Your purpose is to make yourself a priority and take control of your own thoughts and actions. And I'm going to get to the why this is your purpose in a minute. But first, I want to ask you a question. What is your fear? If you want to understand your personal purpose on a deeper level, like what is truly something that I need to work on? What is truly my purpose? What is truly my purpose? It is in your fears. And here it comes. I truly deeply believe we came to this world to transform something. We borrowed these bodies to finish work we started long ago. We didn't come here for a vacation. We came here to do the freaking work. Many people expect the world to be a place where everyone is rich and happy and joyful and we all have a great time. But where would the growth be? So the biggest lesson for us human is to learn how to live in a duality. And this is all of our purpose. How to be humble when poor, how to give in when rich, how to embrace sadness while still finding gratitude. Most people are only happy when the sun is shining. But when it rains or things go wrong, they complain. Embracing duality means being grateful for the whole cycle of life and learning how to ride the wave rather than fighting the current. We are all here. We are all came here to master duality and be part of the whole cycle. And if you look at the nature, nothing is created without a purpose. You can look at the trees, they give oxygen. Trees. You can look at the sun, that it gives energy. Plants give food. You are a part of this beautiful intelligence. That means you do have a purpose. The things in nature, the things that God created are never random. So we all have something to do in this life. And you are here for the reason. We humans are gifted with such an incredible intelligence and a frontal lobe ego that we have that sometimes distract us or makes us feel separated from all these beautiful things because we are focusing so much on the outside world that we are not connecting with ourselves. So to find your purpose is to come home to yourself, find what you are afraid of and transform it. And I want you to listen this part because this is where your growth is. This is where you're going to expand, where you're going to bring so much more beautiful things into your life. So for example, you may be terrified of being alone, but perhaps in that loneliness is a gift of finding your true potential. Or you may have a fear of public speaking because you are afraid of rejection. Overriding those fears is the purpose. It is the staircase to your next level. And when we put ourselves on this journey of growth and facing our fears and going with the flow and purpose, we are going to unlock doors full of opportunities and new life. I want to share my personal experience because I grew up in chaos. Uncertainty was my normal. For years, I kept creating chaos in my own life because it was all that I knew. In the last 10 years, I moved across continents probably 5 times and changed jobs constantly. I eventually realized that my purpose was actually to create a stability. To me, stability felt so boring or like being chained down. But I realized that being on the run wasn't healthy for me. And I had a lot of health issues because I was keep chasing, I was keep running, and I was keep avoiding that stability because it brought me fear. But embracing the thing I was afraid of, which was settling down, was my path to growth. And I want you to understand that you don't have just one purpose. There is so many things that you need to transform in this life, and it's never just one. It's keep unfolding. It keeps expanding because, as I mentioned earlier, we came here to do the work. Our souls came to this earth to transform and elevate so we can go to a next level. And you're always guided by your higher self. You're always protected. There is a divine protection helping you to evolve because evolution is your purpose. So if you feel like you don't know what your purpose is, and you're like, okay, but you didn't help me very much now, because how can I start? How I'm gonna change my life? What is my passion? It doesn't matter. If you start focusing on yourself, if you start connecting to yourself, if you put all that external life and validation, if you all turn it within you and you make yourself a priority, you will get your answers. If that's what you really struggle with, if a purpose, you mean a career or education or what you should do next, if that is what you really want to know and you struggle with, then I'm encouraging you to focus on things like this. Face your fears. Ask yourself, what am I afraid of? How can I transform this fear? And as soon as you're gonna face it, there is a huge wave of opportunity going to come your way that is going to bring you all that you are looking for. And it happens in stages because we are not ready to receive all the abundance right now. We will not be able to physically or spiritually or emotionally hold it. So life unfolds in stages. And I want you to understand, once you put yourself on this journey, you are protected. So work on your fears, work on your purpose, because you are also put on this earth to transform something from the past life, but also you've been given a gift how you can transform that and what helps you to transform something in your life, to connect to your purpose, to live fulfilled life. You have a very special gift that they help you to overcome your fears. So trust them and learn how to trust yourself. As I mentioned, this topic is so deep, but I hope this helps you to understand how purpose actually works. And we all are here to do our part and our job. And it can be simple thing as overcoming rejection, as accepting love, as building stability, as loving yourself. Those all can be a little things that is your purpose, that create a huge impact in your life as soon as you start working on them. So I hope this helped you to understand a little bit about the purpose and what we here as the souls in these bodies came to do. So please share in a comment, what is your fear and what do you feel your purpose may be? And I will see you in the next light bulb moment. Thank you for watching.